This story I'm getting ready to tell is probably a little bit long, but I'll try to make it as short as I can. When me and Bill, we lived in East Texas when we were in our early 20s. And we had our kids with us, 2 of them. So, our neighbor at that time, she was in her mid to late 50s. And she was telling us about her cousin had a ranch, 700 acres, that he was looking for caretakers for it to help him out. At that time, that guy looked kind of 70, her cousin. Maybe later than that. So, we thought about it, and she got us contacted with her cousin, and we went to look at it. In Texas, they got some big ranches. Most of them are deer ranches. And she told us what it was. At one time, they raised exotic deer and had people come out and hunt them for a high price. And it wasn't really hunting, but I'll get into that. But anyway, they didn't do it. They got older and they just raised them. They quit the hunting stuff. So we thought, well, let's go look and see. And we met them in a town at a gas station. And we followed them into their place. At that time, we had a 68 Camaro. And so we rode on. We parked at the gate because he thought we might rub on some of the holes. It was a dirt road going into the ranch. So we rode in with him and his wife. And so we went to their house and, talked a bit. And then they went down and showed us a 3-bedroom house that we'd be staying in. So we looked at that, and they had some horses. And they said, it's okay, bring our horses, because we had horses at the time. So the man, he took us around in his truck, and he wanted to show us what we'd be doing. And we would have to drive around the fence a lot, because wolves down there in Texas, they were dig under the fence, and he say we would have to fix that, keep an eye on that fence. He didn't want wolves in there, bothering his deer. And then we went to a real pretty spot. It had a tower on it, and that's where people would come in not knowing how to hunt. They'd go up in that tower and sit and wait, and there was an alarm, or not alarm, but a system that it would feed the deer. So the deer gets used to that, what time to come eat, and they would go out into this real pretty meadow and eat the feed. The feed would shoot out different places, so it scattered the feed everywhere, and the deer walked around and ate the feed. But he said we'd have to make sure we keep that up, because sometimes it stops and the deer don't have nothing to eat. We'd be putting food in there and getting that equipment kept up. But he did tell us he don't have them hunted no more. He didn't really like it too much. But so that was a real good place to look at deer, exotic deer. I think they probably could see it from their house, too, when the deer come out in that meadow. It was a real pretty meadow. It looked like we would probably have to mow it. But, so, when all the talk was done, he took us back, to the entrance gate. But we rode around, like, a long way around, and he was showing the property. And this airplane went over, and he said, there's my neighbor flying into his house, and his neighbor had 10,000 acres. So there's some big property in Texas down that way. But anyway, so on the way to the gate, I sit in the back with the kids, and Bill was up front talking to him. And I turned, you know how you have a feeling like somebody's watching you? So I turned back to look at the road, and I seen something shiny across the road. And so I turned around to listen to Bill and that guy talk. And I just felt like I need to turn around again. And what it looked like, when you're going down the highway, you'll see a reflection of shiny, like water, and you can't never catch up with it because, you know, it travels with you way up above, kind of like a mirage. And so each time I turned back, that shiny across the road was coming, instead of going away from me, it was coming to the car or vehicle he had. And it was on a dirt road too, so I don't know why it showed reflection. So anyway, I kept looking at it. I thought, oh my gosh, it's getting closer. And I was trying to ignore it, but I couldn't. I had to turn around because I was getting spooked. And I seen that shiny across the road coming super close. This time I didn't turn around. I watched it. And here it come. I mean, it come right up to that car. And whatever it was went right through me. I could feel it like pressure or something. It just like, whew. And wow, did I get scared? That sent the fear in me. I was so scared, and I couldn't shake it. I thought, oh my gosh, what was that? Of course, you know, they were talking up there. I just sit there, be quiet. I wouldn't tell them anything. But so we went on home, and we had a week to decide. So Bill kept talking about it, and I was hushed up, like, oh, I'm too scared to go, I thought. But finally, he wanted to know what I thought. And I started crying. I said, I can't do it. I can't move there. I said, and I told him the story, how that shiny was coming right up behind us and went right through me. And it scared me to death. I was crying too. I thought, I can't move there at all. And I was shaking when I would tell him about it. Whatever that was, it just scared me real good. So through the years, we talked about it, and I said, well, something was spooking me away from that place. I don't know if it's because the massacre of deer, people killing things, or I don't know if it's something about them, that man and woman, if they were weirdos or what. I don't know. I never could figure it out. All I know, I got a warning sign to go on, get out of here, don't come back. And we didn't never go back. But I was so scared. When you're that young, we never had shows like spirits, like Art Bell, or anything like that. You know, I didn't know anything about that kind of stuff. And all I knew that I'm not going back to that place whatsoever. And so Bill, he says to me, well, just get it out of your mind. We won't go there. And what a relief that was. I felt so good. The pressure was off of me. Like, oh, good. I ain't going back there ever. Well, that was so scary. I'm so scared I would shake talking about it. So, That's one of my weird stories. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey, don't you worry about that. We won't let something shiny get hold of you. No. Anyway, you can run in the house and bark. But anyway, this is another story. Bye.